afraid of getting injured again, or he doesn't quite trust his body, or there's just maybe a fire that's gone out ever so slightly. I don't know. I do think that he needs a fresh challenge. He's got Beto at the club pushing him. He's got Armando Broja at the club pushing him, who I actually think, I actually prefer to see Broja playing, because he's had a torrid time with injuries over his time during Chelsea and his other loan spell. I can't remember who it was at currently, but he's a great player. He's got energy. He's physical. He's dominant in the air. When he's fully fit and flying, he's great. So having a player like that pushing Dominic would be nothing but positive for the team. But they need to buck their ideas up really, really quickly and get goals. They need goals.
Yeah, obviously he won't be involved this weekend because he's playing against his parent club.
Yeah, of course.
Why did you say the new manager? What slip was that?
I don't know. So, do you know,
It's okay, you don't have to answer it. I just put you on the spot there.
My outlook on it, right, is the new ownership model. If we're basing it on what we've seen at Roma, who obviously the owners own Roma, they are not shy in changing their managers out when things aren't necessarily going well. Roma have changed their manager a couple of times this season already, a few times already this season. So they're constantly chasing and searching for perfection. They want winners in there, and they're going to want winners at this humongous football club. I like Sean Dyche. I think he's a fantastic manager. I think he's a great guy as well. I'm not certain if it's going to be him that sees out the end of the season. I hope it is. I hope he gets a chance with the new owners, with some real money behind them and a lovely new stadium. But it's to be seen.
Okay, yeah, all right. Well, Mayowa, let's talk about Chelsea, because obviously we mentioned briefly that they could go top of the table. They really were the big winners last week, weren't they? And they feel like they are just picking up steam. They are just starting.
It's really funny because everyone in that change room and the manager is dismissing any talk of a title, which is probably the best thing to do publicly. Which is probably the best thing to do with the youngest squad in the Premier League and one of the youngest squads in Europe. But you can see there's a confidence. There's a quiet confidence in the way they play. There's a quiet confidence in the manager that he's probably disproving people that thought he would not be able to do it, especially having won with Leicester in the Championship. And in the Premier League, a lot of it's about momentum. Winning that many games in a row now, it's a momentum that Chelsea have not had for a long time. It's always been stop, start, stop, start.
Yeah.
Now Chelsea, we spoke about Fairfax earlier. Chelsea, as one of the informed teams in the league, can go to teams and think like, that team's scared of us. They don't want to play us. We can score a few goals. And it's about everyone coming to the party at the right time. Sancho's been really, really good.
Yes.
Cole Palmer's doing what Cole Palmer does. Nico Jackson looks a completely different player than he did last season.
Yeah.
And if people can continue to build on their levels, your Enzo Fernandez's, your Moises Caicedo's, the sky's essentially the limit for that team. So it's a really good moment, and Everton is no easy task. It's going to be a low block. It's going to be a Sean Dyche masterclass, but can you find pockets to exploit? Because as you mentioned, it's a team that keeps clean sheets. So can you exploit those gaps and potentially come away with a win and, put pressure on Liverpool being top of the table? So it's going to be exciting to watch.
Yeah, it definitely will be. The scary thing about Chelsea is that the goals, as you mentioned, are coming from all over. You picked up Nicholas Jackson as well. Difficult, obviously, first season, but very different now.
Yeah, very different now. He's got the trust of the manager. He's got the trust of his teammates as well. And do you know what looks like it's different is he looks like he's not afraid to miss this season, whereas last season there was a lot of expectation on him. Like some people compared him to Drogba, and he's no Drogba by any stretch. However, what he is giving Chelsea is the fear factor in front of goal. Look, the goals are not only going to come from Cole Palmer or Madueke or Sancho or whoever else it is on the pitch. Nico completes such a lethal forward line for Chelsea. You don't know where the goals are going to come from. That's why they've managed to score so many goals, because all 5, 6, 7 of their attacking players are in the goals.
You make such a good point as a striker yourself. Having that confidence as a manager must mean so much. And Nkunku's at the club. It's not that the club doesn't lack forwards, but for Enzo Fernandez to come in and say Nico Jackson's my striker,
my number one,
probably done him the world of good. He's taken shots I would have never seen him take last season. There's an air of confidence and arrogance in the way he's playing, and a lot of the work he does is actually off the ball. It frees up your Cole Palmer to everyone else. But the fact he's scoring now makes such a difference to that team.
That's what my teammates said about me.
No, that's my guy. That's
The way he operated in the half spaces is so good for me.
Hey, if anyone needs any proof, just go back and watch the start of the show, man.
Not on the